Welcome to our USF Dons podcast, USF Dons Baseball 2020 Hot Stove Report. I'm Brian Professor B. Davis, and welcome to our first podcast for the 2020 season, our 22nd year together on the hilltop, University of San Francisco Dons Baseball, as the Dons are getting ready for the 2020 season. Of course, a lot's been going on in the last several weeks and recent weeks with players getting back from vacation and of course yours truly got a lot of work with 49ers stuff. Niners are in the Super Bowl. Got a chance now this week to catch up between the Super Bowl hype and hoopla as on behalf of the USF Diamond Dons athletic department. Congratulations to the San Francisco 49ers. And yours truly, the host on Niners, reporter on Niners Radio, part of the ASN Bay Area Network. Congratulations to the San Francisco 49ers, the champions of the National Football Conference. They'll be playing the Kansas City Chiefs a little under in 2 weeks' time. But let's get the focus on the Dons. Guys back starting, I believe this is the first full week of practice. And as this first beginning our 22nd year, Coach Nino Giarratano.
Cool. It's always good to be here with you, Brian. I know you're fired up about the 49ers. You've been talking Super Bowl for the last, 15, 16 weeks since week one win by the Niners. So, tip my cap to you for throwing that out there, you and your counterparts, and go 49ers. We're excited about it, but Dons Baseball's alive and well.
Well, I just for off the record, and if he's listening, Antonio Arvalo from Arvalo Productions, who co-hosts with me on 49ers pregame live at Empire Row, said that throughout the year that the Niners were going to go to the Super Bowl, and he put his money where his mouth is, and now he's going to go down there to Miami and spend a week with a lot of the people, a lot of you guys seeing where I do my Niners pre and post game at Empire Row. So, I'm happy for him and all the people, for the Niners faithful who stuck with the team doing the good and the bad after Harbaugh left. But our main focus now is on what's the state of the team, what's been going on.
Well, started conditioning January 15th. Guys are back getting themselves in shape for the season. Season's coming soon, February 14th. So, we're almost 3 full weeks away from opening day of Division I baseball, so it'll get here quick,
Oh my! And I believe that's going to be on 2 weeks. That's going to be about nearly 2 weeks after the Super Bowl, and hopefully by then we'll have a Super Bowl crown a new Super Bowl champion, and hopefully right before the season begins, the Niners will be winning their 6th Super Bowl, having that big parade celebration on Mark Street, hopefully. So, but the Dons coming up is not that far away.
February 14th is the first game. We go to Cal State Northridge and open up there, and go back to Bakersfield the following weekend, and then go back to Cal State Fullerton the following weekend, and then Cal. So that kind of kicks off our first month. There's a few games at home, one against UC Davis sandwiched in there. But we're excited about the start of the season. Really a lot of really great information with Landon Barasa being healthy right now, and he's thrown some quality bullpens. He may be ready to give us a few innings in the month of February. Grant Nishak, who went down last year, he's been throwing bullpens and pretty healthy. He may be able to give us a few innings in February, and then Riley Ornito looks like he's going to give us a lot of innings in February, and we're looking for Pham and Washburn to rebound back, and then we got a freshman right now that looks like he's going to really help us, Eric Reiselman, who's looked pretty good early in the season and in most of the fall. So we're excited about the veteran players that are back. A lot of veteran players back. Jack Winkler's going to have himself a wonderful year. Tyler Villaroman's going to be a player to watch out for Player of the Year in the West Coast Conference, and then you round that out with some really good, talented players in Ricky Urata and Jacob Munoz and Jake Westerman, and
at first base.
Yeah, we got a chance to be really successful.
And also, plus also You also going to be playing, and then in March, the West Coast Conference season open up. You're right at back-to-back at Pepperdine and at LMU.
Yeah, that's a rough start for us to go on the road 2 in a row and
in
play
Southern
those.
California, back-to-back, and never this is in the 21 years now, our 22nd year together. I don't remember we started with back-to-back back-to-back in the WCC, going to Southern California, the two institutions about 20 minutes apart.
Yeah, and it'll be good for us, It'll be a good test for us to go back and forth to Southern California and see how we hold up as a team. And I like this year's team, and I think this team is going to be very competitive. And, we'll go as far as our pitching will take us, kind of like your 49ers. If that running game holds up, they got a chance.
Yeah, and then also let's just look into the West Coast Conference as well. Let's just give us what's going on with the WCC for baseball.
Well, BYU is very good. They were good last year at the end of the season. Gonzaga always strong. They have been for the last 10 years. Loyola came on the scene last year and won a game in the UCLA regional.
Nearly came off knocking the top-ranked team out.
And then, you look at, there's no easy games in the West Coast Conference. So
I don't think
we're going to have to play hard and we're going to have to play well if we want to be successful.
And then also anything else what's going on? Coming up will be the leadoff dinner, so too. Leadoff dinner is coming up on the February 1st. That's going to be on the eve of Super 54 Saturday evening.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot of a combination of opening of baseball, a lot of going on with the Super Bowl 49ers, and I'd definitely like to talk with Jordan if they could put in a request to throw some or Joan or whoever or Julie Kanji if they could throw some red and gold balloons with the green and gold as well.
I think that's a USF function, but we're going to support the 49ers, and we play Gonzaga at home in basketball on that day, so it's a big day, and then
big weekend.
We'll scrimmage, and then obviously then there's the Super Bowl. So looking forward to getting into February and really seeing where that takes us.
And what will be the outcome for this season? The outlook, looking at the you also play some non-conference, so you got Cal and Sac State, and then Fresno. You make a trip down to Fresno State. Then you got Nevada, Hawaii. They come up here, and then you got Stanford in early April. You've got the Cardinal. Then you go to then BYU, and that next the conclusion of the stretch is a Big Ten game homestand.
Yeah, we're looking forward to, that's going to be a strong finish with BYU and San Diego at the end of the conference, and Loyola and Pepperdine at the start, and then everybody else. You're going to have to play well in this conference if you want to finish in the top 4 and get to Stockton and play for a chance to get into the NCAA tournament. So I like what's going on in the West Coast Conference, and I think it'll be really, really competitive.
Okay, Coach. Thank you for being on this podcast, and this is going to be exciting times in the Bay Area. Niners, hoopla. So I kind of were able to squeeze in some little USF baseball outside of the 49ers preparing to go to Super Bowl 54 in Miami.
Well, I'm glad you squeezed us in there, Brian. I know you're pretty fired up about them 49ers, but let's go.
Kind of doing a little some squeeze play drill, put the ball in play, similar like Kresge did last year, scored that winning run against
very good.
a suicide squeeze, bags loaded with less than 2 outs.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Brian. Thanks for having me.
All right, Coach. That's Coach Nino Giarratano. The USF Dons will begin their 2020 season. We're getting our 22nd season together, and the Dons will open up the 2020 season on February the 14th. They'll take on the Cal State Northridge, and Northridge, led by head coach, will be Rudy Serrano, the new head coach. Dave Serrano, the new head coach for the Northridge. And then they'll have their first home opener on Tuesday, February 18th at 2 p.m. against UC Davis on the Hilltop. That will be a 2 p.m. first pitch. That will be on the WCC network. Then they're on the road. They're back on the road. They'll at Cal State Bakersfield for 3 that weekend, and then they'll have a midweek game against San Jose State. That's a 5 p.m. first pitch, and then right back on the road against Cal State Fullerton for 3. So the first 3 weekends of college baseball, the Dons will be on the road, and then it's a home and home. They'll play 2 or 3 against Cal, the home and home weekend set. Friday night at 6 p.m. against Cal Berkeley, and then Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. on the Hilltop, and then they'll wrap it up on Sunday at 2 p.m. against the California Golden Bears. Latest news, get your tickets. The tickets are 2020 season tickets. Go to usfdons.com/tickets to get your 2020 season ticket pack or become a season ticket holder. Latest news on Dons athletics and so much more. Go to usfdons.com. That's it for now. I'm Brian Professor B. Davis. Thank you for listening to the USF Dons Baseball Podcast on Dons, USF Dons TV. USF Dons TV network is an association with the Arena Sportsnet Bay Area.